Hello, my dear friend. If you're sitting there right now, feeling completely lost, wondering how you're supposed to go on without the person you loved for decades, then this video is especially for you. I see you. I hear the silence in your home. I feel the heaviness in your chest. And I want you to know you're not going crazy. You're not weak. You're not doing this wrong. You're grieving. And after 60, grief hits differently. My name is Elena, and today we're going to talk gently about the 5 stages of grief, but not in the dry textbook way you may have heard before. We're going to talk about what nobody tells you when you lose your spouse later in life. The real, raw truth that only those of us who've walked this path truly understand. So take a deep breath with me, and let's walk through this together. Most people know the 5 stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But after 60, these stages don't always come in order. They don't always make sense. And they can feel much heavier because of everything we've built over a lifetime. Let's begin. First, denial. Denial after 60 isn't always, "This can't be happening." It's often much quieter. It sounds like, "I'll just make his favorite coffee like every morning," or "She'll be back from the hospital any day now." Your mind protects you by refusing to fully accept the reality because the truth is simply too painful. What nobody tells you is that denial can last much longer when you've been married for 30, 40, or even 50 years. Your whole identity was we. Your routines were built around 2 people. So your brain keeps trying to return to normal, even when normal no longer exists. Be gentle with yourself if you catch yourself speaking about your spouse in the present tense. It doesn't mean you're in denial forever. It means your heart is still catching up with what your mind already knows. Second, anger. Anger can surprise you with its intensity. You might feel furious at the doctor, at God, at your spouse for leaving you, or even at yourself. After 60, anger often mixes with deep exhaustion. You might think, "We were supposed to grow old together. This wasn't the plan." Or, "I spent my whole life taking care of everyone, and now I'm left alone." What nobody tells you is that this anger can also be directed at your adult children, friends, or even strangers who still have their partners. This is normal. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human. If the anger feels too heavy, try to release it safely through walking, crying, writing angry letters you never send, or even hitting a pillow. Your anger needs space to be felt, not suppressed. Third, bargaining. This stage is full of what-ifs and if-onlys. What if I had noticed the symptoms earlier? If only we had traveled more. If only I had been kinder on that last day. After 60, bargaining can be especially painful because you look back on an entire lifetime together. You replay memories, regrets, and missed opportunities. This is your mind's way of trying to regain control in a situation where you have none. Here's what nobody tells you. Bargaining can come back again and again, even years later, especially on anniversaries, birthdays, or holidays. When it returns, speak to yourself with kindness. Say, "I did the best I could with what I knew at the time." Fourth, depression. This stage is often the longest and the deepest after 60. It's not just sadness, it's a heavy, bone-deep exhaustion mixed with loneliness that words can barely describe. You may not want to get out of bed. You may lose interest in things you once loved. Food might taste like nothing. The future can feel completely empty. What nobody tells you is that this depression is different from clinical depression. It is grief depression, and it's a natural response to losing your life partner. However, if it becomes too dark or lasts for many months without any small moments of relief, please reach out to a doctor or grief counselor. Asking for help is an act of love toward yourself. Fifth, acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean you're over it. It doesn't mean you no longer miss them. It means you're beginning to understand that this painful new reality is now your life, and you're slowly learning how to live in it. After 60, acceptance often feels like a quiet peace mixed with bittersweet gratitude. You start carrying your loved one in your heart instead of fighting against their absence every single moment. But here's the most important truth nobody tells you about all 5 stages. You will move back and forth between them. One day you may feel acceptance, and the next day anger returns with full force. This is not failure. This is grief. It doesn't move in a straight line. It moves in waves, spirals, and seasons. What nobody tells you after 60 is that grief becomes part of your new identity. You don't get over losing the person you spent most of your life with. You learn to live with the love and the loss at the same time. So what can you do while moving through these stages? Be incredibly patient and gentle with yourself. Create small, kind routines. Speak to your spouse when you need to. Many people do, and it helps. Let yourself feel everything without judgment. And most importantly, reach out for support when the weight feels too heavy to carry alone. My dear friend, if you're in the middle of any of these stages right now, I want you to know something from the bottom of my heart. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not alone. Your love was real. Your pain is real. And your healing, even when it feels impossibly slow, is also real. One breath, 1 hour, 1 day at a time. I'm sending you the warmest, softest hug right now. Wrap your arms around yourself and feel it. If this video touched your heart, please leave a comment and tell me which stage you're experiencing most right now. You don't have to explain everything, just a few words. I read every single one. And if these words brought you even a little comfort, I gently invite you to subscribe and join this community of kind hearts who are healing together. You are stronger than you know. You are loved more than you realize. And you will find your way through this. With all my tenderness and love, I'll see you in the next video. Take very good care of your precious heart.